Let's get an early start into the weekend, shall we? Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Welcome to your late afternoon, early evening forecast. Hopefully you've had a wonderful start to the weekend so far. If you're heading out to dinner, maybe a little date night action, eat outside. If they ask, hey, would you like to be seated outside? Yeah, maybe so, depending on when you go. If you go at 5:30, maybe not. Be still a little warm then. But 7:30, 8, go for it. If you're headed to a high school game, it should be all systems go no matter where you're headed, unless you are headed to the immediate Gulf coastline, where we still are enduring some rainfall. Check out the satellite this afternoon as we start to lose daylight on this Friday, and you can obviously see the cloud cover, which has been pretty expansive with that trough of low pressure out over the Gulf. A check of the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing, the exclusive roofing partner of the Digital Weather Desk. And again, most of the rain has stayed well to our south. In fact, as we jut even farther southward, along the coastline, that's where the rain has really been confined through the course of the day, and I would generally think that as we go through the day Saturday, we kind of repeat this whole process. Check of high temperatures from the day. These are unofficial. 89 at the Monroe Airport. I stepped outside, not necessarily the smartest move I've ever made, but jumped out right in the peak of the afternoon to get the yard mowed, and it was still pretty warm. So, again, keep the bottle of water close by. Those are the high temperatures from the day. Currently, a degree or two cooler in some spots. 88 Monroe, 86 in Magnolia, 85 in Gina, 84 in Vicksburg. Again, kickoff temperatures, if you missed our football forecast, most of us will likely be in the upper 70s by the time we roll around to 7 p.m. tonight. You can go back and take a look at those forecasts, especially if you're headed to Evanston, Illinois for the ULM game this weekend. Good afternoon, Janice. Thanks so much for hopping in to take a look at the forecast. It is a breezy day. We mentioned earlier during the morning and the midday forecast, we were talking about the possibility of the winds picking up to the 10 to 15 mile an hour range, and I've adjusted the forecast for tomorrow and Sunday to account for the more than likely breezy conditions that will continue. Futurecast showing wind speeds as we go into the day tomorrow, sustained in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range, maybe up to gusts as high as 20 in some instances. And then we kind of repeat the whole process, and we could even stay a smidge breezy overnight Saturday into Sunday. But again, still probably seeing sustained winds 10 to 15, maybe into the 15 to 20 mile an hour range as we go through the daytime hours on Sunday. That could also work some rain chances back in by then as well. Speaking of, that's where we're going to go to next. Pam, Jan, thanks so much for joining this afternoon's forecast. And here's a look at what we're talking about cloud cover-wise overnight. I would generally expect to see clear skies, but if we do see any clouds, they'll be high clouds and not really a big hazard through the evening. As we go through the afternoon tomorrow, mid to upper 80s, I still think the 90-degree mark is still a very real possibility for some. The one thing I'm not really buying is the very spotty rainfall that we see, and if you do get caught under a shower tomorrow, they're not in the forecast. Rain chances are at 0, but if you do get caught under a shower, it likely would be rather brief. As we work into the day Sunday, again, morning lows will be quite comfortable to start, but then that influx of moisture with a little bit of daytime heating, and I wouldn't be surprised to run into some scattered showers and storms, or at least some isolated stuff on Sunday, and then that kind of bleeds into Monday as well. And that's going to be the part of the forecast where we see some boosts in the rain chances, and we'll keep an eye on that as we go into the early parts of next week. And I'll let you know if anything changes as we go into the weekend as well. Jan, of course, happy to include Alexandria. I also will give you the heads up as we go into the tonight forecast that if you are not following Mr. Nick Mikulas down in central Louisiana at Cenlaw Weather, I would highly suggest that you follow him on Facebook or your favorite social media profiles as well. He covers all of central Louisiana, including Alexandria, Natchitoches, Marksville, and a lot of those areas in between. And I think two heads are better than one, and he's a great person to follow, especially when the weather gets hairy, and it inevitably will. Let me scroll back through. I think I missed somebody. Betty, good evening. Sherry, good evening. And May, good evening. Hope everyone has a great weekend. It'll be a beautiful night tonight as lows fall back into the low to mid-60s. The upper 50s are not out of the realm of possibilities. Again, we have this little weak trough of low pressure that kind of nudged a weak boundary through the area, cold front, whatever you want to call it. and temperatures have taken a little bit of a dip. So again, warm and a smidge breezy across the area this weekend. If you're heading out to the Love Like Olivia 10K, 5K tomorrow at Flying Tigers, the starting point, registration at 8:30, race starts at 10. The Digital Weather Desk is a proud sponsor. Even if you're not running, I'm not running. I only run if a bear's chasing after me, and even then, I'm only going to run for so long, and then I'm just going to eventually go, all right, bear, you win, whatever. But I'm going to be cheering everybody along, and so I highly suggest you come out and cheer them along as well. If you see me, please say hello. We'll have the whole family in tow. The whole family, the oldest he's working, but the youngest will be there. And so, again, stop by and say hello if you're going to be out and about this weekend. 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Outdoor Equipment. Again, trending in the upper 80s even to the early parts of next week. We'll work the showers and storms back in on Monday. And then beyond that, we're kind of left in this kind of holding pattern. We have this influx, this injection of tropical moisture or Gulf moisture in across the area. That's going to linger Monday, Tuesday. And then we'll probably bring a cold front through the area Wednesday, and it's going to be kind of a slow mover. That could scour out a little bit of rain Wednesday, and then beyond that, Thursday, Friday, we look to probably dry back out and maybe cool off a little bit then as well. So that's a look at the forecast. Again, kind of an abbreviated look. Again, nothing's really shockingly changed since where I joined you midday, and we spent a lot of time midday going through the nuts and bolts of the forecast. If you want to go back and look at that stuff, most of it still very legitimate in terms of how that information is still very viable and usable. But we just kind of updated it today. Words are tough on a Friday. But anyway, Fish and Game forecast comes out at 8 tonight. If anything changes over the weekend, I'll be sure to let you know about it. And then on Sunday, of course, we'll have the week ahead video. Maybe live, maybe not. Probably not. Just to kind of gear you up for the early parts of next week and look at the forecast. And then I'll join you first thing on Monday as well with a look at the forecasts. And if, like I said, anything crazy happens in between, I'll let you know about it. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. And as always, you can check the latest forecasts